Hey guys, welcome back. It's time. It's eBay guarantee time. It's an onslaught of issues. I get it. The program is new, but you see, I don't think that the pros are going to outweigh the cons in this instance. We've seen already where buyers get screwed because the cards aren't checked properly. And now we're going to take a look at an example today where the seller gets screwed because damage is found on the card by the person that is authenticating it, and whether or not they put it there, whether or not it was while it was in transit. When you add extra steps, you're going to have extra problems. It's the same with middlemen that middlemen to other middlemen, anything like that. You add any stops along the way, you add risk to something getting lost, damaged, stolen, etc. All right, so first up, we gotta mention the previous video. If you haven't watched that, I'll put a link to it up in here around the top of my head, and also in the description. So we had eBay Authenticity Screws buyer who receives damaged Moonbryon. So the card got damaged, whether it was by the person that sent it, whether it was in transit, or whether it was the authenticity guarantee employee. Again, who they probably have to fondle a lot of cards per hour in order to keep their job there and keep their boss happy. But at the same time, damage is going to happen. All of this, it should go without saying that all of it should be very, very recorded in order to prevent issues like this. They can go back, refer to the cameras. Same with the grading company. And you should be able to provide that to the customer because they're paying you, essentially, eBay, to sell their stuff on there. You're taking a cut of it. And you should at least have to, if you're not going to just straight up pay them out, in an example like the one we're going to take a look at here, spoiler, it's a Miriam, then you have to at least provide evidence that it arrived that way. Otherwise, you're gonna not only you're gonna piss off your sellers, you're gonna piss off your buyers, and what are you left with at that point? Like, why does the program even exist if it seems to be worse for everyone? You're paying extra employees. There's extra shipping involved because you got to ship to you and then you ship to the customer. There's a lot of extra expense, and no, they're not charging for it right now, but I'm sure they will be. Anyway, so before we get into this, the Miriam incident where the seller was kind of screwed over from what it looks like, we're going to take with this one here. So eBay, no one in the authenticity guarantee department has ever talked to me, but apparently they watch my videos because if I'm not mistaken, this one, the one that we did previously, shortly after that, they reversed the decision that they made on it, which is pretty funny. So if anyone wants to say hi to eBay in the comments section, I'm sure they'll be watching this one as well. So again, it's not an issue if eBay can prove it. It is an issue if they can't prove to their customers, whether it's the sellers or buyers, that the issue wasn't there, or it was there, or that it wasn't them. They were the last person that touched it. So it becomes a he said, she said, and yeah, it could. Who knows? Who knows who did it? I don't know. Did the mailman open it up and put the dent there and package it back up, and then it got there? You just never know. There's no real way to tell for sure 100% unless there's video footage of it being opened, and that's the thing too. It takes time. So not only does it take time and resources, you got to hire your minimum wage employee that's going to look at the cards to make sure it matches the description sometimes. So other times they haven't made sure that it was the same card and there wasn't extra damage or anything on it that was different, hollow pattern, etc. But in this instance, they did check it and found damage, but did they put the damage there themselves? Who knows? The seller doesn't know. The buyer doesn't know. eBay probably doesn't know. I mean, the employee might know if he did it, but regardless, let's get into this. So this individual reached out to me. Let's see if eBay responds to this one as well. BGS did as well to the previous criticism of BGS. And they all of a sudden magically respond as soon as they make a video, which is pretty funny. Again, you shouldn't have to require a platform in order to get decent customer service and to have someone look after you when it's something that clearly wasn't your fault. But I guess that's the world we live in. And hopefully they make changes for the better, and we don't have to keep making these videos over and over again. But, all right, victim, seller, here says, so yeah, I was lucky enough to have a Miriam from Violet pulled on a rip and ship channel. I watched the YouTuber, happens to be a PSA middleman per se, so I asked him his honest opinion if I should grade it. He sent photos of why he thought it wouldn't get a 10, and I'm kind of only into sending things that I think will get 10s, so I took it raw. Listed the card on eBay, and it sold for $260. So unless you're going in knowing the fact that you're paying too much money to do like a rip and ship thing, just open the cards yourself, for the love of God. And that's kind of the issue with Japanese right now, is every rip and ship and everyone's all in on it all together, 69 in. It with the reprints it'll be fine, but regardless, rip and ship, middleman. There's a lot of trigger words here that I would advise against, but as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, then by all means. All right, back to what they're saying here. I immediately packaged the card in a penny sleeve in a top loader with scotch tape, holding the top closed, wrapped in a bubble wrap bag, as I do any card of substantial value. Then I got to authentication. The card got rejected for reason of not being listed correctly and was sent back. When the card came back, it had a bend in the corner that was definitely not there. Even checked the back with the YouTuber to double check. He agreed. They did nothing for me, even though I was the only one to provide any sort of proof, just my word versus theirs. Okay, so let's take a look at the photos here. Here it is. I guess this is like the imperfections prior to, and we got the screenshot here, conversation with the rip and shipper. It says, I think it would get a PSA 9 centering a sticker on the bottom, and there are 2 small indents on the surface. Sometimes PSA doesn't care about them, but just wanted to show you the flaws with the card. Backside looks clean. So here's what it got on the way back. That isn't the conversation that they were having, or the damage that was shown previously, the little like indents or whatever. I think there's like one right here. Anyway, they were minuscule, and it was not in the same location as this denty boy here. Now, when did that happen? Why does eBay not have the ability to prove that it was there when they received it? Is beyond me. And if they don't want to implement something that allows them to do so, then they should be paying it out. It's just how it works. Here we have the your item didn't pass authentication. All right, let's see here. Hi, Taylor. We wanted to let you know that the condition of your item does not match the listing description. As a result, the order can't be fulfilled. Here are the notes from the Authenticator about your item. So we have generic notes here. Please update your listing to accurately reflect the edges of your card. So it's like an automatic. They probably press a button. It's like a monkey that's going to inspect the card and say why it's rejected. Here's what is next. We will deduct the buyer's refund from your funds and send you a confirmation email once it's processed. We understand this may be unexpected and would like to share more information about authenticity guarantee. Here, read some pamphlets about it. I know you just got boned by it potentially, but read some more about it. If you have any questions or concerns, just get in touch. We're here to help. Thanks for being part of the eBay community. The usual default, responses and everything like that. And then the customer is going to get into some combos here. So it says, hi, Taylor. Your item couldn't be authenticated and was shipped back to you. We refunded the buyer and deducted $255.05 from your funds. Tracking details are included in this email. We recommend listing with a more accurate description and detailed photos to avoid a similar outcome in the future. For more information on authenticity guarantee, please get it. We get it, eBay. Authenticity guarantee. You want everyone to read the fact page. No one gives a shit. It's a bad idea. The thing is, unless you're protecting both buyers and sellers here as much as possible, short of them like abusing the system and getting caught abusing the system, then it doesn't help anyone. It's not help. It's a waste of time and money. Oh, man, I keep saying this. If you have any questions or concerns, just get in touch. We're here to help. Thanks for being part of the eBay community. So we have the case open, case closed. We have Hello Taylor. This is Monty with the eBay Authenticity Guarantee team. First, I want you to know we are delighted to have you on eBay. That's very nice. After reviewing your concern, I immediately wanted to take a minute to reach out to you and partner with you to help get a resolution on this for you. Since I wasn't able to reach you at the phone number on file, I will continue over email. That's the thing too. Like, do you think maybe like people can't answer the phone 24/7 if you just call them at a random time? Like maybe they're at work, maybe they don't have their phone on them. I've received your assistance request for claim. Number. Regarding the Authenticator's decision for Pokemon card Japanese Miriam SR SV1V100 at a 78 Violet EX. And that the card was received with a bend. I know that it can be stressful to get the notification that your item didn't pass, and I'm happy to look into the reasoning for you so you can get more clarification. So that's the thing too. It's just like in a parallel world where this eBay authenticity guarantee didn't exist, even if it got damaged in transit, it wouldn't have taken that same route. So at that point, is eBay going to cover you because, the FedEx driver or USPS or UPS decided to stick it in their butt crack and do a butt slam? Probably not. But at the same time, it's kind of their fault, and it's up to them at that point after you send it out, as long as it's in good shape. Why are they not recording it when they receive it? That's the biggest thing. By using our authenticity program, your item was sent to a trusted third-party authenticator. Very trusted, I'm sure. B-Team CGC Authenticator is, make a minimum wage, finger banging his coworkers and the mayonnaise jar at the same time. All kinds of infections. Where the item underwent a multi-point inspection to determine its authenticity, as well as a quality check to ensure accuracy of the description. So we never had this like quality check and make sure that it is exactly the same copy. So I don't know. They like adjust their own standards. I don't know if they made changes in the FAQ anywhere. It's all very vague because they can just kind of change it and make the rules whatever they need to at any point. But I think they need to be more straightforward, more upfront. If anything happens that's wrong, they need to be able to prove which end it happened on. So if it's on the seller end, they need to show, here's the card, here's how we took our time taking it out of the packaging, didn't damage it ourselves. The entire thing needs to be recorded, that it's the proper contents, so that it's not somebody at work that's stealing the crap, and or damaging it because they're rushing through these orders that they're probably told to do. Who knows how many? Maybe they only have a minute to like open this crap up and verify the contents. I don't actually know how long these grading is. Way less time than you think it is, less than 30 seconds. So I would imagine that this is kind of a similar situation, that if they're yanking this stuff out, if they don't know what they're doing, if you're underpaying people, you're not going to get somebody that's going to be careful because they don't really care. It's not their stuff. That's just how the world works. When you have employees that don't care, they're just there to make their hourly wage, then they're not going to be careful. They're going to try and ream through it as fast as possible. If they do damage it on the way out and they notice it, they're going to say, hey, yeah, it was damaged. It wasn't me. So are they going to own up to it? Probably not, because then they're going to get in trouble at work. It's a bad system. In this case, we see that the item did not pass inspection because there was a bottom edge lift. It is important for accuracy for the listing and the pictures to note all details of the item being sold. So as we saw in the pictures, in the listing pictures, and even the ones that were included on the conversation here, the damage was not there. So even if it was the seller who damaged it themselves, they need to be able to prove this. eBay needs to be able to prove that it was damaged when they received it. And they need to make it stated very obviously that, like, if the seller is responsible for damage in transit, then that they have to make that very, very clear as well. The good news is this was not an authenticity issue, and that means you can still sell the item on eBay with some minor changes to your listing. Specifically, if it calls out the edge lift or bend, then it can be relisted. Well, isn't that lovely? We know your time and money are valuable, so your item has been returned to you free of charge with 2-day shipping, and you will receive a full credit for final value fees. You're welcome to relist it with the changes we have discussed. We are looking forward to your success. Please let us know if we can help. Also, if you've recently changed your phone number, we recommend updating it on your account. Some instructions on how to change your phone number on your account. Thanks for that, eBay. We weren't able to give you a refund. Hi, Taylor. After reviewing this case, we decided to keep the original outcome. We weren't able to grant your appeal because we determined the original decision was correct. You won't receive a refund for this case. So eBay is now, they're going to apparently, even if they damage it, they're just going to hide behind the veil that they have a reputable third party that is inspecting the authenticity and description for this stuff. And I'm going to call BS because we've seen numerous cases where they weren't. We know that they're not paying big bucks to have these people do that because you can't. Anyone that's an expert and that handles a lot of cards or has handled a lot of cards is probably going to want way more than what you're paying them to do this. It would be a boring job because all you're doing is checking it, putting it in. It's not like some glorious thing that people are all seeking out to become an authenticity guaranteer. Oh, man. All right. So here we have it. We have the appeal here. I sold a Pokemon card and the eBay Authenticator messed it up. I have multiple pictures of item before it was sent without bend and arrived back to me today with a bend in a corner that was not there. So we're going to see eBay. If you want to make this right, I think you have to in every single case that isn't, I shouldn't have to necessarily bring it up in a video, but I think in any case that it does have damage coming from the seller. I think sellers were the most excited for this program, but maybe they shouldn't be. If you can damage the card on the authenticity site, and then like the raw cards, so like maybe I don't even know. I don't know why does it exist? It's costing them money now. They're going to charge you for it later, and it seems like it's causing more headaches than it's fixing. I mean, the platform kind of works as it is. Yes, you're always going to have scammers and issues on the, even someone that's a buyer can take a card out and damage it and then claim that it was damaged, either in transit or that it was there when the seller sold it and it doesn't match like a description or the description. But at the same time, when you now have two of that can happen, why are we putting more hands on the cards, more inexperienced hands on the cards? More steps, more points of failure. It's just how it is. But that's all we got for today. Hopefully this is a learning lesson for eBay. Hopefully this is a learning lesson for you guys. And I think you got to push back a little bit harder than this. If you're the seller, you need to tell them that they need to prove that it was there, because they should have to. That's what it is. That's the thing. That, or maybe there needs to be another competing platform. It's hard to see how that would ever exist, where, man, there's just so many eyes on your stuff on eBay. But then at the same time, if they're going to implement things that hurt you as a seller or a buyer, it makes it less appealing, and people are going to move to other places to buy and sell their stuff. So, whew, all right, that was a good one. All right. Glad I got that off my chest. Sorry to hear for the seller here if it was eBay authenticity that damaged it. But regardless, you got to look after your customers. eBay, smarten up, and you gotta make some changes here. I know it's gonna be expensive to install cameras for every single wiener dog station that is going to be opening this crap, but you need to. And then if you need to go back to it, you're going to need some way, like a barcode or something that they scan when they go to open the package. Start to finish, the whole thing needs to be shown. It was taken out, it was put in different packaging, and it was sent back. But man, it can happen. I've seen it countless times where somebody can damage something while taking it out of a Toploader, taking it out of a card saver, etc. The grading companies do it, so surely the grading B team does it. I don't know why I'm still talking. We're done here. Join the Discord. See you next time. Bye.